Alrighty, team. I want to dive into meeting minutes using AI today. And this is a typical topic that is amongst all businesses globally. And every single business has this function in some way or form, whether it's taking minutes in a boardroom setting, taking minutes in a one-to-one meeting, talking about a particular project, client meetings, leadership meetings. There's, I think in businesses we have way too many meetings sometimes, and I'm, guilty of this. Um, Having the meeting is one thing, but one thing that every single person in every organization needs to do is actually do something after the meeting. They need to follow up on action items. They need to summarize the meeting. They need to provide that summary to individual people. And so this is just something that happens day in, day out, every organization globally. One thing you can do now using the power of artificial intelligence is actually automate that entire process. This really mundane, time-consuming, boring, no one wants to do it type of task can be automated using AI. Now, there are many apps out there you might have tried to do this sort of approach, but it's not something I've found, and open to your guys to give me input on this. As if you guys have found a tool that can do this start to finish, I'm all ears. I haven't found anything just yet, so we've actually developed this process for clients by integrating different features in their organization to make this happen as a full set approach. So I'll start with the meeting. Agenda creation. So when you create an agenda for the first time for whatever that particular topic is that you're talking about with the client, you want to automate that process, right? So when you're sending the meeting invite to a client or a prospect or maybe internal staff, you want to have some sort of agenda that you're following. So that agenda creation and the template that you put into that meeting invite, that's the first thing to automate, right? Because you don't want to have to create that agenda every single time. It's very mind-numbing and time-consuming. And you've probably got good at it now using likes of ChatGPT and creating that particular agenda item, but you don't need to do that. We can take the information of what you're trying to achieve, what that meeting is about, summarize it, put the agenda item in for you from your templates, then you're good to go. So you've done the agenda item, you've sent the meeting invite, you've accepted, now you've attended to the meeting. Now, attending the meeting, there's two ways here. There's like the Microsoft Teams or Zoom, online meetings versus the in-person meetings. Both works in this case. But for both in-person and online, you want to do the note-taking process. So we want to utilize AI to record that session, whether it's online or in person, and take all the notes for us. Now we've pre-populated the prompts and the understanding into the AI. So then when we are taking the notes through, using voice recordings, it knows why we're taking the notes and there's a concept around the note taking and the outcome that's going to happen from that particular voice recording. Just doing a voice recording and then putting that into AI, you'll get somewhat results, but you won't get the results you're looking for. So you need to be able to do some massaging around that. But we want to be able to record in real time. And so, think about an in-person meeting, recording the conversation, and then summarizing that conversation afterwards. So we've got the ability from the agenda going out to then the note taking in person or online using AI technology, and then we want to do a summarization and an action item. Now the summary, you can do this out of ChatGPT today, but there is some really cool mechanisms around prompting to get the right summary for you. But the exceptional part here is the action item component. This is where we need to be able to provide action items to certain people, either people that were in the meeting, people that weren't in the meeting, people that might be in your organization, people that might be externally. And we want to be able to take the information from the meeting and the summary and create action items. And with those action items, we want to be able to assign them to people in your project management system immediately, automated behind the scenes without you even knowing. So when you've finished that meeting, that automatically behind the scenes an action item is going to exist in someone's system somewhere that they know that they need to go and action that particular point off the back of that meeting. So you can do the summary and then you can do the action items. And then you can also do the task allocation, which I think is the most crucial part, is that task allocation. So then it's a meeting for the sake of having a meeting. Once we've done all that, we then want to provide that communication back to the stakeholders, back to the customers, back to the internal team members. Way of communication, either through email or through Microsoft Teams or whatever platform you're using in your business. You want to summarize all that and the action items and the next steps and provide that back to everyone who attended that meeting. So you've got that entire process, start to finish, automated. Obviously, we're not automating the process of attending the meeting. You still physically need to attend. We haven't got that to get to that point yet, but that's a topic for another day. But from the agenda creation, the note taking, the summary, the action items, the task allocation, and the communication back to the representatives, that whole process, start to finish, is now automated using AI. As I said, this is combining a few different technologies, some out of the box with Microsoft 365, some not, and integrating them together. But I'm open to it. If you guys have found a tool that does the entire process start to finish, I'm open for all ears. I haven't seen one yet, but based on what I've talked about, we can do it today just by integrating systems and making that process nice and seamless for you and your organization. All right, that's my tech tool tip for today. Thanks, kids.